Have you ever looked at a dirty old motor shoved into the back of the corner of the garage, dust covered, cobweb infested, left to rot for 27 years? And you were the first person who looked at it and thought, oh yeah, I could really use that. This is a story of how we took an old beat-up air-cooled VW motor and turned it into a 1984 Lazy Daze Motorhome. And first things first, we've got to get the Tangerine Dream home so we can give her a quick wash and shine, and bam! She's looking way better after that. Not too shabby for a coat of polish. And now that that's done, we can focus on getting that motor out because that's the important part right now. And don't worry, we're not robbing the motor and getting rid of the rest of the bug. We have future plans. But right now those plans include getting this motor stripped down so that we can build it back up. Originally, we thought perhaps we could get away with just trying to clean it up and run it, but then this happened. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wow.
That's really not good.
Look at that.
Shit.
So,
Yikes. So thus began the teardown process for Spencer. This is Spencer's first complete build that he's ever done from start to finish. Shout out to Mo from West Coast Core in Rosamond, California for helping Spencer put it together and making sure that everything went off smoothly. Now I'm gonna hand it off to Spencer so he can give you some build breakdown info. You know, that Volkswagen mumble jumble.
alright guys, so we bought that orange bug, Tangerine Dream. It had a 2276 in it that had supposedly 2,000 miles on it. We'll see what the bottom end's like. I have checked the end play. The end play's good. I drained the oil. It was full of oil. The oil was black, so it was used. There was no shavings. There was no metallic flakes. There was nothing in there. So it was really clean, just old and used. So what we have here, guys, are the 041 heads that came on the car with that 2276. They had the VW 650 valve springs in them. I had them machined and changed out for the dual valve springs. The machinist also kind of just cleaned up the ports a little bit, knocked off a little bit of the stubble and nastiness. Then I had him put 40 by 35.5 valves in there, and then he actually cut the bowl inside there a little bit too, and on the exhaust side he trimmed down the guide.
The next thing to tackle, we started getting all of our parts prepped and into storage containers so we could bring them on down to get it built. We used a fresh, uncut case for this one, but it did have a little wear, so they gave it a quick 20,000th line bore. They also gave it a cam cut on the lifter bores for a larger 125 cam. And here they threw the crank on a polishing machine to clean up the journals. After that, the long block assembly came together pretty quickly. Once fitment was good, it was all buttoned up and ready for us to take on home. Unfortunately, there was still quite a bit of work to get it finished. What are you doing?
Well, just playing with some stuff here.
Spencer got the fan shroud painted, a bunch of parts came in, and a stage 1 clutch, and bam, there we go. Now, as much as it looks like you could just put it in a car and drive it right off the showroom floor, there's still a lot of finishing work to be done. Spencer still has to do the air filter and oil systems plumbing. Shout out to Spence's coworker Scotty for that beautiful weld job on that box. Spencer also had to figure out the throttle linkage and how that was going to work with the air box. And once all that's done, there's nothing stopping us from breaking the motor in and tuning the carbs. Spencer was able to give it a nice break-in on the engine stand, courtesy of Zalix Industries engine adapter ring. I'll put a link in the description down below. Not affiliate, just love the product. Oh, and fair warning, it's about to get loud. Got her loaded up. So where are we taking this?
We're taking this out to a friend. See if we can figure out a little deal.
Ooh, what kind of deal?
We'll see when we get there.
Trade deal? So off we go to Bob's place, and after a little bit of work, Spencer's first motor build. Going out for a little test drive. With the motor working well, and now in Bob's Baja Bug, the deal was done. And of course we couldn't help but celebrate a little bit. We have been working for our own RV for literal years.
We're happy.
So why don't we take a tour of our new Lazy Daze together? All the drawers are open.
Hey guys, so what's the script here? Hey guys, so this is a 1984 Lazy Daze. These guys were a custom built model by Lazy Daze in Pomona, California. This one was built for the Stewarts. They were made with a lot of wooden frame, and that made them very stout. They like to put a lot of windows in them too back in the day, really big windows. So, and they had the retro paint job. They're kind of a custom built rig, and I think they're pretty collectible. Some people say they are, some people just say they're an old RV, whatever, you know. It depends on your perspective, but for the day, they were really loaded out well. This guy obviously needs some work. You know, we're gonna have to reseal all the body, all that stuff. There's a lot of work to be done on it, but it's definitely all doable. You have, this is a propane model, so you didn't have batteries. You had one coach battery that was just one deep cell, and then this is for all your other stuff. So your fridge, your stove, your heater, all that stuff runs off of this. Well, I guess now we'll go ahead and check out the storage. This rig doesn't have the most storage, and I have not cleaned out these lower storage bays yet. But there's there's enough for somebody like us who's just getting into it and is used to just taking the truck or the Suburban and loading that thing up. This is going to have a lot more storage. And not only does this have more storage, it tows. You know, it'll tow anything. This is your water heater accessory stuff that I have not looked into yet. Your water for your hookups. You know, if you're gonna park somewhere and hook up, put up right there. This guy does have a little wave here. Not really too worried about it. I'll fix what I can and seal it. You know, it doesn't look too bad right now. The window seal has to be done. It does have the Lazy Daze logo, yeah. The window seal has to be done up there. I probably have to replace all those, you know, light covers. One of them's already missing, probably broke because the sun killed it. The engine runs really good. Smoky startup, but aside from that, it runs really good. Hey man, it's kind of to be expected. It's kind of old. Here we have some more storage, and these, in case you're wondering, guys, are just little canisters that I have from work, and I put mothballs in them, keep, you know, rodents and stuff away. I have nothing to grab onto.
Ooh, and that's our mat.
Outdoor mat. I still need to clean in here too. It's all, you know, dirty.
Let's check out the inside now.
This guy has a little keeper here. Yeah, good told that guy. You do have a little step. I'm not going to use it right now. Got my cold water here. So I think let's look at the driving cab first. It's in pretty good condition for the year. Once again, it's an 84 and the dash is in great shape. I just wiped it down again this morning, and you know, it's like every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, no cracks.
Yeah.
You know?
That's in really good shape for how old it is.
The guy before us had a radio installed with new speakers, so it's got 2 speakers up front here and 2 speakers in the very back of the rig, and it does sound really good. It's all Alpine. The AC does not work right now. I noticed the belt under the hood is taken off, so if I want AC, I'll have to figure that out. But everything else here seems to work. This light stays on no matter what, so I have to do that for now. You know, keep it undone so we don't drain our battery or something.
That's funny.
But you know, there's lots of little things to do, but it's all minimal, doable. You know.
All right. This is the over the cab bed.
And it's a nice foamy mattress. Okay. I don't know. You got a nice big vent, huge vent up here. We've got, you know, a light here. I've converted between the previous owner and me, we've converted all the lights in here to LEDs. We have a little storage nook up here for whoever's staying up here. They can keep their clothes or belongings or whatever in there. There's a lot of storage on the inside of this rig, quite a bit. There's this guy, which has just a bunch of stuff in it right now. We got our new hose, which we haven't used yet, and just some cleaning stuff and, you know, stuff for the rig. We'll get organized as we go. We're just getting started here.
Here's the kitchen area.
Here's the kitchen, yeah.
Got some pop-up counter space.
Yeah, it's pretty, actually, it makes it quite a bit bigger.
Actually does, yeah.
And it's all fiberglass, and it's in really good shape for the year. Once again, there's no, like, there's like a couple little scratches here and there if you look, but like, that's so
minimal for the age.
Yeah, so obviously, like the wallpaper has to, you know, be replaced. You know, small things.
Old, but you know.
The cabinet. This is cool because, like, you know, when you come in here all plastered at the end of the night, and you slam into things. You got a nice pad here, and then you got a nice pad here, so you don't destroy your head coming in. You know, they thought of you.
Oh, look, more storage.
More storage up here. I haven't cleaned that one out yet, actually. I don't think either. And then this is your, like,
big storage closet.
Is your closet, basically, your clothing wardrobe deal. And then under that,
All the drawers.
You got all your drawers, which we have just a few things that came with the RV in, just like little stuffs. I don't know, RV spare stuffs.
Is that the heater?
That's the heater. Then under here you got more storage, and I have, you know, basically all my engine oil and coolant and stuff in there. I have some hubcaps for the front wheels.
Show hubcaps.
Yeah, they always pop off when we drive. I'll have to fix that.
And here's the fridge.
So the fridge is currently not in working order, but it is still in very good condition. So a lot of people say that this model wasn't very good and you should just get rid of it, but I have done some research and found that there's a company that rebuilds the core.
Just look at the warning label.
Yeah.
You know how new that is.
Yeah, but so there's a company that you can send the core out to, and they will refurbish it and rebuild it and send it back, and it's like $800 or something like that.
We might just do that.
We might just do that. It really sounds nice to keep the original stuff. It
a freezer?
matches it. Yeah, it does have a freezer too.
I don't think we've cleaned that.
No, we haven't cleaned that, but it's in relatively clean condition as well. And the fridge did have baking soda, you know, packets in it, so it stayed dry over the years.
And then more storage up here.
There's plenty of storage to be had, for sure. These storage cabinets are pretty big. You can fit a lot in there. Oop, a little hard. So you have that all around. Your electrical inverter, I believe, is right there behind that panel. You have these Lazy Daze control panels and displays. So this one, it's got an alarm going on or something. I don't know.
I don't think it used to do that.
It didn't do that last time, but whatever. It's got your thermometer and your humidity. So it tells you right there. You've got
you got a thermostat.
A thermostat. So if you were to turn that on, that should control your heater down there.
You know what? It's getting a little hot.
It also might control this guy right here. So this guy, I'm pretty proud of. We just got it working, and I just fixed all the water leaks in here. This guy's a swamp cooler. So since it's an 84, it's old, and they, you know, weren't retrofitting these things with the AC units yet. So this is what you had. A Rec Air swamp cooler, and these are good for a smaller unit like this. In fact, when you run this, it's ideal if you know, you have to crack a window or two, but it's also ideal when you're running that if you close this guy, and that will kind of make the space smaller, and it'll make that more efficient for the space. But so Rec Air has, since, you know, they were put in these vehicles, you know, I don't know where along the lines, but they sold, and they were bought up and made into a company called TurboCool. And these units are still sold. So if you were on a budget and you needed something to cool your whatever, these are like a $500 or $800 unit for a swamp cooler, you know, and it comes with, I believe, the entryway deal. You know, it all comes together. So that's still a pretty affordable and cool way to do it, and they still sell it. Stove here, typical old 4-burner stove. It's kind of large for an RV of this age. Once again, haven't
really cleaned
it yet. We cleaned the top and we cleaned the inside, but we didn't think to clean that yet. We just got the thing, guys. Give us a break. I have this. I've put LED lights in here. I've put LED lights everywhere. The fan in here works. It is noisy. It needs
work.
But it's there. It works. This is another Lazy Daze custom panel. So you have your battery condition. It says we're fair right now. I need to probably plug in when we get home. You got your water pump that turns your pump on for the whole coach.
Oh, you know what? That's probably why there's an alarm on that. On the
maybe. This is your propane or full. Your waste tank, your gray tank, your water tank, half. You know. This guy's cool. It's a little like spice rack deal. So, sink, you know, typical camping thing. Sink. My wood's kind of flaking into the sink there. You got under the sink storage goes that way, and this is your power for the cab and stuff where you're gonna hook up. So it goes out that side, right near that water hookup, which is right there. And then right here you have your T-valve or whatever kind of, I don't think that's factory. That's probably something somebody put in because it broke, the fact that they broke the factory, whatever. I don't know, but that's an assumption. But this feeds your swamp cooler. So if you're gonna not use the vehicle for a while, probably close that off. And yeah. This is also where all the water leaks were that we fixed. And it's PEX line, you know, and that's the problem with that is, like, you know, if it gets cold, it can freeze and split the line or whatever, which is what happened for this rig. And then the other thing is, you know, there's two kinds of PEX line. There's PEX A and PEX B, and this was all PEX A from the beginning. And when we went to the hardware store near us, they only sold PEX B. So what we did is, so we could buy PEX B line and make it work, is we just bought shark bite fittings and kind of just combined PEX A and PEX B with shark bite, and it worked. So fixed our water leaks, it got us water pressure, and we're rolling cool with the swamp cooler. Our storage here, just a few drawers, you know, typical stuff. Courtesy light, which I don't know if it even works, but it's there.
And the bathroom.
The baño, which we've done a light cleaning in here, not really a heavy duty cleaning yet. But it's got pretty much everything you need. Once again, LED lights in here. That little fan guy works, the vent opens, and you got a medicine cabinet, and yeah, it's good enough. Alright, let's see. Carbureted. I don't know. Maybe it should start better. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to start. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But here we go.
We traded a motor for a motorhome.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
While we're driving, I can give some details on the motor.
Yeah.
The motor we put together and traded for this. It's pretty much almost exactly what we have in our car, just a little bit tuned down for streetability and reliability. So the motor is essentially a 2276 with 041 heads. The valves are oversized, just one step up from what they were. And then I put dual valve springs in them. And they have it has 1-to-1 rockers in it on a 125 cam. So it's a pretty nice combo. I thought it ran well, and it kind of it was a little bit mild coming off. You know, you could snap on it and it would pick it up really good, or you could come into it easy and it would be drivable. And once you get to about halfway through the power band, it would really start to come in hard. You know, it was just kind of cool. It's kind of very similar to ours, the way it runs. We set that engine at 8-to-1 compression ratio, and that's going to keep it running nice and cool. It also does have a full flow oil system on it, not tapped through the case, but one of the, you know, the pump with the full flow plate kit, and that's a CB kit with the, you know, an oversized pump. It is running as 16 pass Duraley oil cooler with a fan, with a stat switch that it comes on at 180. So that motor should run reliably for years and really cool. You know, between the compression ratio and all the external cooling and the external filter that it has. So we're happy with how it went and how we were able to set it up in the car, and what the guy was, you know, wanting to put in the car, and it all, the package came together really nicely, I think.
And of course, since it's us, we managed to find another project on the way home. Well, we just found ourselves a wagon on the way home. Oh, look at that Suburban. Hey, a familiar face. Look at that, we got a frickin' real radio flyer.
Yeah.
Less than like a quarter mile from our house.
Just had a free sign on it.
Oh, and I was walking it
Outside the
home
dumpster.
because it didn't fit in the RV door. Oh, how cool. Oh, we are going to fix the shit up out of it, and it's going to look brand spanking new.
Throw the dust on it. New dust buggy trailer. Yeah, dude, this thing's in good shape.
Just gotta
I
clean
don't
it
know
up
why they
a
wanted to
bit.
get rid of it, but it was by the
I know,
trash
right?
can with a free
No.
sign. This
Oh,
is
maybe,
like
huh?
these are an early style, but this is like a
This is a later
this
style
is a
of
later
them.
model. You know, they still are in business doing stuff, but yeah, this is their
So
brand.
cool.
I know, the dirt wheels.
All
We need
terrain.
to find if we can get some like gnarlier all terrains on there.
That all-terrain wagon, that's cool. Oh yeah, we're gonna fix this up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Make it new.
Another project to add to the list of too many projects.
Right. And as always, make sure to check us out on Instagram if you haven't already for all the latest updates.